everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. We're hanging out in my bedroom today. I'm sorry about the lighting, but I'm not doing makeup or anything today, so that I don't think it really matters. It's just kind of soft lighting in this room, and I don't have any of my big, filming lights in here now that we have the separate room for our filming. But today we are going to talk about some things that may be considered paranormal that have happened to me. I'm still not 100% convinced there are such a thing as ghosts or hauntings or poltergeist or demons or anything like that. But I know a lot of you do believe in that, and I don't think you're foolish for believing that. I want to believe in that. I really, really do. But I'm just still not convinced. But I'm leaning more on the side of, well, maybe there is something going on out there because of these things that have happened. Now, all of these events took place at the job I used to work at in the medical facility. And I guess if there were hauntings and ghosts, it would make sense for there to be a lot going on in hospitals. So I'm gonna put all my negative feelings about that place aside, just so I can share these stories with you. And they're not going to be in like an order of occurrence or anything, because I really don't remember exactly when they occurred. There's so many of them. There's several. And I may even forget a few and have another story time later. One incident that really stood out to me is one day it was me and one other coworker in the office. There was no one else in the office, and it's not a big office, so we know if anyone else is in there. And I'm standing up about 4 feet away from the supply closet, the supply closet door was completely wide open, so I could see right in there. It's not a big supply closet. And our boss's office was right behind me. She was gone. Her door was closed and locked, and her light was off. And then the back door to the office was on this side of me. And my coworker was sitting maybe 10 feet away from me, and we were chatting, and she's talking to me. And in the middle of a sentence, I hear a female voice, clear as day, as if she's standing right next to my ear, say something to me. I did not make out what she said because I wasn't ready for it, and I was just like, and my coworker, when we were telling people in the office about it, she noted how genuine it was, how Dawn was not acting. That was real. And I was like, and there were some people said, well, maybe it was coming from the pipes, or, they all had their theories, but no, they don't understand. It was right next to me. It was as if the person was like on my shoulder speaking right in my ear. And it was a female voice. And if there is a haunting there, there's probably several entities, but this one, if there is a haunting, there's definitely an older female there who's tall. And so I was like, so that was weird to me. So that was one incident. I guess it's not really like a long story, but that was one thing. And then one day, me and my coworker, we'll call her Jay, we were sitting at our desk, and our desks were right next to each other. And then there's a wall here and a wall behind us. Okay, so there's no room behind us for just people to walk. We would take note if anybody walked past us, and there would be no reason for anyone to come over there, because the only other thing over here was our printer that only she and I used. And I felt like coming from the printer that way, a swoosh and a little bit of a breeze go by, and the smell of roses. And I looked at Jay, and she looked at me, and she goes, "Did you feel that?" And I'm like, "Did you feel that?" And she's like, "Yeah." And we described it to each other, and we both felt it at the same time, this whatever go behind us. And she smelt the roses too. Like, that was weird. Like fresh, beautiful, fresh roses. So I guess that's a good thing, that it's a nice scent that we're smelling. And so that was another incident that happened. And then one time I was sitting at another desk. I've been all over this office. I was sitting at another desk, and I heard someone say one of our coworkers' names, but it didn't sound like anybody in the office. Mind you, there's only like 9 to 10 of us in the office at any one time, at the most. And and we were all chatting, and I heard someone say her name, and she goes, yeah. And she's like looking around, and I heard it too, and another coworker heard it too. And we were like, she's like, who said my name? And none of us knew who it was that said her name. So that was weird. And then one day, my one coworker, she's a taller lady. She's maybe about 5'9". She went to the ladies' room, and then she came back in. She looked a little freaked out. I'm like, what's wrong? And she goes, well, I was in the restroom and I was washing my hands and I heard someone go, hello. And so I go, hello. And she said, I heard it clear as day right next to my ear. And she goes, there was no one else in there. And there's only 2 stalls in there. So that freaked her out. That's not the only bathroom incident though. I went in the bathroom one day, and I, came out of the stall, and I'm washing my hands. I look up at the mirror, and I see the stall door behind me is slowly starting to open. So I turn around really quick, and it's completely shut. There was no time for that door to just close like that from the time I was looking in the mirror to turning around. It was just really weird. And then there was also an incident where, so we have a window, and people come up and ring the bell, and we open the window. Well, I see the silhouette of someone walk up to the window, and I'm like waiting for them to ring the bell, and they wouldn't. So I just go ahead to open the window, and there is nobody there, but I saw the silhouette, right? And I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. So I closed the window, and then later, there was someone in the office that's not normally in there, but he was sitting there, and I saw the silhouette again, thinking it was somebody coming in the window. And I said, hey, can you watch this for a second? He's like, what? I'm like, just look at the window. Do you see somebody there? And he said, yeah. So I opened the window, nobody there. He thought I was playing some kind of trick on him. He was like, well, how'd you do that? Like, I didn't. This has been happening. This is like the second time this has happened. So I guess it hasn't been happening, but that was the second time it happened. Now, I didn't always work at the window, or I stopped working at the window, but then a new lady came to the window, and it happened to her too. It didn't happen frequently, but it did happen, I know, at least 3 times in the time I was there. And hi, Tina. And then we have these shelves that you can roll them to get to other shelves, and you roll them and pack them together. So one day I had Tina, my little Chihuahua dog, there with me. She's something other than a Chihuahua, but she's definitely got Chihuahua in her too. And we were in the office, and it was a Saturday, so the office was empty, and I had one other coworker there, and Tina follows me absolutely everywhere, like right on my ankles. And I had to go down the aisle of shelves. So I walked down there, and Tina dead stopped at the entranceway to the aisle, would not walk down there. And I went all the way to the end, and she was just like, I'm good. I'm gonna stay right here. And I'm like, why is she acting like that? And so we didn't really think too much of it. But then she just did not like it. And then one day, it was another Saturday, my coworker brought her dog to the office. She had a pit bull. And she's standing at the end of the aisle, and she wouldn't walk down there. And she was like, kind of like looking down there, like, and then would go, and growl a little bit, and then, and then she just walked away, didn't want anything to do with it. And therapy dogs would come in there and visit us, and most of them didn't even pay attention to that area, but a couple of them would stop and look down there, and they weren't having it. And it was just really weird. And of course, we couldn't call Zach Baggins or anybody because it's a hospital, so we have to protect people's privacy. So, I was like, we need to call Zach. And then one day, also with the cabinets, and the cabinets were very industrial, and they had they weren't like solid, so you could see through them and stuff. And over on the other side was 2 desks, and there were 2 women sitting over there, and neither one of them are very tall. They're little women. And I kind of peek over there because I see someone walk by very slowly from where their printers would be, kind of past the shelves, but I couldn't kind of just see the part through the shelves. And there was someone wearing a khaki sweater, or a tan, was it khaki? I think, or was it tan? We'll just say khaki just for, it was like a tan, not khaki, because khaki's green, right? I don't know. But it was like a tan sweater. And so I thought it was our other coworker, but she was taller. But then I had just realized, oh, she already went home for the day. So I go and I peek around the corner, nobody there but the two coworkers sitting at their desk, and they both look at me. Like, was there somebody just over here? And they were like, no. I'm like, are you sure? And again, I smelt the roses. And so that was really weird. So then one time I was in the office completely alone. Nobody was in there, and I was at my desk and I'm working quietly, and I smell the roses again, and we do have scented things on our desk and stuff, but they're lavender. But this was definitely much different than the scent of the things we had on our desks. So like, what is going on? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna head out. So I text my boss, said, look, I don't like being in here alone. I'm leaving. Now, I never really felt threatened by whatever it was, but it's just uncomfortable for me to be there alone if things are happening. Oh, and then right outside our office door was an elevator. And I know this could be an engineering thing or a technical thing, but sometimes the elevator would open and close and open and close and open and close. And then I know a couple times people came to work on it and they said, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not getting on that elevator. So anyway, there are more stories. I can't think of any right now, but I know that there are a lot more. But those are definite things that had happened to us in that place. And it was just really weird and uncomfortable things. And one coworker said that it's not ghosts, it's something evil. It's, you know, because she believed in demons but not ghosts. And I'm like, we'll just not let it in. We'll just, like, okay, let her do her thing, whatever, and we'll do our thing, and, you know, whatever. But, you know, we never really, oh no, wait, there was one time when the slide-in shelves moved on their own with no one touching them. So there was that one time. But that could have just been a vibration or something. I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you think about this, and let me know, because I'm still not completely convinced that there is a ghost, but there's definitely something, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just denying the existence of ghosts because I don't want to freak myself out. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to all of you later. Bye.